All right, we are live. Cool. Good stuff. Let's put some things. Computer doesn't blow up. Rip our bit rate. Hey, Captain, how's it going? Is our bit rate showing us like 6,000? It might be okay. Watching video first? We can watch video first, yeah. Let me open that. I'll click the link. See. Am I trolling? No, I'm not trolling. Yeah, let's bring up the video. Here we go. My mic sounds worse than. Oh shit, because it's pointing the complete wrong direction. There we go. That's better. Uh, you guys have audio here. No, you do not. Let me fix it. There we go. Hey, Chinol, welcome back. Thank you for the resub. Hope you've been well. Visuals are pretty good. So we have anything new here? I don't think so. Is this still 0 of 4? The other one we saw was 0 of 6. So I'm guessing endgame this gets bigger and you get better rewards the further you go, maybe? These are just like currency items. So I don't know. Wait, hold on. You can just get the items, I guess. I'm wondering if it's a different selection from this, but we're seeing a few. Let's see what we have. You're immune to blind, bleed, slow, chill, shock, and stun. Oh, dude. 10 to 100? Are they all gonna have crazy roll ranges like this? Oh no. That's fine. The problem with this is like re-rolling, you're not gonna have a bunch of these, right? You have to actually buy them to re-roll, I guess, right? It sounds kind of like a struggle. It depends on how hard it is to get the bones, but it's not like your build has multiple primordials, so maybe it's fine. Yeah, maybe it's fine. I don't know. Anyway, damage reflected, armor, endurance threshold. This seems kind of not great to me, right? This seems like not great. It's not hard to get reduced bonus damage taken. I don't know. What else we have? 3 to 4 to dex skills. To 16 dex, bow fire, bow cold, bow lightning. Huh. Repeat your most recently used bow attack. That's pretty cool. Excludes. Okay, fair. You repeat it up to 2 nearby enemies. So this doesn't help with single target though, right? It says 2 enemies, not 2 times at nearby enemies. So if you're fighting a boss, I guess this doesn't do anything, right? Just for like AoE. That's kind of lame that the scaling doesn't work on single target, I think, unless I'm misreading. But anyway, this is pretty cool. For tech stack. It doesn't look as strong as some of the other things. Wait, hold on. I think we missed one. Yeah, for Heartseeker, I guess if you already have single target, you just want AoE. I guess it's not bad. From the first hit received from each enemy, okay. The first hit, so if you're taking like DOT, I guess it doesn't matter. Or for bosses, it doesn't matter. Increase effective stats on your non-unique idols that are a different shape. Huh, okay. Interesting. This is kind of cool. So if you have like a variety of idols, you get you double the effect. This is potentially strong. Base crit on chess piece. This is not class locked. Dodge rating. That's a lot of dodge rating. If you have been hit recently, that is a lot of dodge actually. Ward gain when you dodge. That could be interesting if you have a way to dodge a lot. Yeah, maybe. This could be cool. Current health loss per second. Okay, so this is chest slot. This is the same as Exsanguinous. 42% missing health gain is word per second. Max health gained. Wait, what? Wait, what? Dude, that's a lot. What? For this is like full hybrid chest right here. Hybrid stacker. Well, not really like hybrid because you'd be low life, but 240 is a lot though. So the way that I'm seeing this with this amount of ward threshold and missing health gained, they're trying to give you a crazy amount of recovery rate on a ward build that has a cap. I think the cap makes sense here. Hey Nikos, what up? Thank you so much for the sub. Welcome back. Pepe, yeah, true. We got some Pepe stuff here. I think this is cool, actually. Because like without this cap, you could probably combine this with some other stuff and end up with like 20,000 staple ward or something. So the cap makes sense. You kind of just have a life build without leech as a ward build. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's cool. If you had 5,000 life, probably hard to get if you're also doing ward stuff. And you'd have like 20 something hundred ward threshold. Maybe you have some in your build. It's probably not bad. You have Frenzy on the helmet slot. You do not regen mana. It's a lot of Frenzy effect. But Frenzy's what? Was it 20% or 30% speed? Attack and cast speed. I think it was 20, right? Yeah. So that's not amazing. Health and mana gained on hit. Holy. Oh, cap too. Man. I was thinking like some Giga Spender high hit build like Frostclaw. Getting on hit is pretty big. Completely negates the cost. But this is a pretty important slot. Helm means you can't use this with Philatria. I guess if you're using the staff, you could use this with Philatria. potentially as an option. It's kind of weird though. Oh no, you can't because you wouldn't be able to use the set thing. No, so you can't use this with Philatria, so that idea's gone. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of not great. If you have like a super big spender build that hits a lot, then it's okay, but it's like one mana kind of. Okay, so we have a good base. This is the best glove base right now. We have bleed on hit. Is this all ailments? That's a lot. That's a lot of bleed conversion, isn't it? With explosions, okay. So you can go like full single target with bleed and then just explode things for your AoE. Well, not full AoE because it's 27. I guess it kind of transfers, maybe. I don't know. This is interesting. Some of these things you can get a lot of. I assume we don't have double conversions. Like you can't convert shred into like frostbite and then frostbite into bleed, I think. But yeah, I don't know. I think there's some potential here. I guess also any build that like scales damage per bleed chance. I forget if there's any of those more multis would be interesting. Crit chance above 100 gives you a chance to deal deadly strikes up to 40. Uh, right. Okay. Hmm. An additional 300. So this is not a multiplier. I would kind of like if it gave you like over crit, you get double crits. It's like multiplying, but additional. If you have a stupid amount of crit multi, this doesn't matter as much. Hmm. It's only up to 40% as well. Yeah, I mean, if you're like full crit, it also gives you crit avoid, which is nice, but you need this to be 100. So I don't like crit avoid. It's either 100 or it's 0, basically. You still need like one other affix. Unless it's perfect roll, I'm guessing. Just kind of annoying. So this is interesting because it pairs really well with elemental res affix. These are the ones you can't get as just generic elemental. So you could have this amulet and then have some elemental resist affixes, and then you're capped res, basically. I guess that you need fizz, but uh, fizz is also mitigated by armor too. So not bad. And then armor mitigation to damage over time. So you're taking poison over time. You get mitigated. That's actually pretty strong defensively. But also like think about the hardest boss in the game, at least right now, is Aberoth, right? And Aberoth is doing a lot of void damage. You're now taking it as physical, which gets better effectiveness from your armor, and you're getting more mitigation to that. Like as a defensive amulet against something like Aberoth, this is extremely strong. So I don't know. I think this is potentially good if you have nothing else and you want a defensive amulet. Maybe for like hardcore, this is probably strong, I would think. Okay, we've seen this one. Is this your minion? This big thing over here? Hold on. No, it's this little gray thing here, isn't it? I don't think the big thing is your minion. Is it? No. Pretty sure it's the little gray thing. It's the big thing? Are you sure? I guess it has the buff, the aura around it, right? So it is your minion. This must be it. That's a large minion, isn't it? All right. Okay, like with the power level of these primordial uniques, if you're a build that can't use a primordial unique, are you just like a second class build, right? Are you really gonna be okay with a T8 instead of primordial unique? I don't know, man. They just seem like way too strong. Unless there's some like really valuable affix that only exists on one thing that you really want. Otherwise, I don't see why you would just want like a little bit more stats over what you can get. All right, what are the numbers? So another thing they said was that upgrading to T8 would re-roll the roll range. I don't know if that's changed or they've given us any more info on that. But if that's the case, you have like a perfect T7, you upgrade to T8, and then it becomes like bottom roll, that would suck, right? You could end up with only like 20% more and then your item's bricked because it's a seal. We can't see roll ranges here though, unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah, something like throwing costs, where if you make stuff cost like 0 or whatever, you can use it while negative, then maybe. It looks like it's global. Same behavior for all minions. Minions I sleep. Snapshot. Fix bug. Wait, he just said minions. They fixed snapshot for minions. Is there still snapshot for other stuff? Did they just fix it for minions? Surely it's like other stuff too, right? I'm assuming. Do we actually? I mean, it's unlikely I'm gonna play Necromancer, so I don't have much feedback here. Word per second per minion, 2 per point. Be up to 10 per point. It's okay. What's other stuff? Thoughts? Wait, what are we talking about? Minion crit. Oh, flat crit. Nice. Oh, other stuff, right? Yeah. Like the Frostwall thing. I mean, that was a bug and a snapshot, but like stuff like that where actually are they they're mostly separate bugs that allow the snapshots, isn't it? Like stuff shouldn't persist generally. It's probably mostly just bugs outside of minions. Is this literally the same model as the Abomination timeline boss? Maybe not. No. All right, what do we have? Spell Leech and health. It's okay. It's quite a bit of Spell Leech, I guess. I think you scale damage with Leech somewhere, don't you? Health Leech. Oh, there it is. Instead of healing you, your Leech drains the health. Health Leech. Hold on. Is that just like a percentage of the damage instead of healing you? Is it like 1 to 1? If you would leech for like 50,000 or something, you just do 50,000. So it's like a more multiplier, right? The way it sounds. Hmm. Also increased damage. Damage per 1% leech, 6%. It's not a huge number for increased. Increase health regen per vitality. Okay. Health and ward cannot exceed max health percentage 50%. So you get the overleech with this. The new chest, yeah. It's true. When was LE Tools update? I think they said that that's not happening. I'm pretty sure. Probably not getting that until patch, maybe. Maximum health gain is endurance threshold. So up to 10. More health. Oh, actually, yeah, this is a more health multiplier. I didn't even realize, but this is 30% more max health. That's a lot. And you maybe want to be stacking some vitality, potentially. Give you more flat health. This could be interesting. We've seen this one. These seem really good defensive layers if you're stacking them. The dual wield, cool. Oh yeah, we saw those. I don't even know if you need to do the chest. You could not do the chest and do like a T8 experimental glove affix, and you'd still get 40%, except without the cap. You get 40% missing life as ward per second with unless they nerf that affix. I don't know. I don't know fourth. It's a pretty short dash. I'm guessing you can increase it. More damage. Okay. What I really want is like a Giga Mobility play that you can just use spells as your primary damage. Just use play as like traversal. So you're just zooming through the map, flying at everything. Flaker strike. No melee attack. Oh, okay. The spell convert. Cool. Attack speed into cast speed. Attack speed on tree. Oof. That's a rip. Because if it was just global attack speed for Flay, then you could use it with the new staff thing, and then just have 400% attack speed into cast speed. It'd be kind of cool. And then you're just zoom casting. I don't know. Probably not worth. Spirit step removed. Wait, hold on. Spirit step removed. Attack speed. if you don't want a gap close. There's one right there at the end. What did we miss? Two mana to release a Wandering Spirit. Okay. Showing most of the same nodes we've already seen. Additional poison resist. Eh. Alright, what do we have? You take less damage equal to half your percent missing health. Okay. %90 of hit damage is taken dealt over 4 seconds. Is this new? Did they change that? No, this is not new, right? The stagger. That's new? Is it? Hmm. Sounds pretty good, yeah. I do like this, but this is probably not enough for me to play MG, though. Dude, look at the visuals here. Looks cool. We have the bees. Let's go. We have voice acting for bees. Hype. Okay, so it is per rule. It's not like predefined. You are picking them. Shing. Okay. Chapters 9 and 10. We already had 9, right? Am I crazy? I'm pretty sure we already had 9. Isn't 9 where you got your what do you call it? Faction? Item faction? That was 9, right? Do you think we're actually gonna have to do the campaign? Is anybody gonna be finishing the campaign on launch? Or just going straight monos? Oh, the nerf. The jab nerf. I'm gonna skip over some of this. We have a lot of stuff to go over. We have a lot to touch on. So let's go. All right. So August 21. This is local time. New features. Chapter 10, Primal Hunt. Oh, right. This is we'll just go through it. Added chapter 10, the end of chapter 9. New zones. So you do have to do 10 to get the +1 now. Wait, hold on. It stacks with the bonus. You get an extra +1, dude. Let's go. Attribute build buff. Instacker go bird. We get +2 now. Right? Stacks. Easy game. Now have a chance to spawn either a Mysterious Rift. So you can start in campaign. Cool. First time you'll find a rift, it will be a Mysterious Rift. Okay, so you either get one or the other. You don't get Tome and that. That's fine. Wonder if there's any Weaver stuff that interacts with this. I'm guessing no. Didn't complete the campaign. Usually I get to level 100 and then I realize I forgot to do campaign and I go finish it. You group by the guy, you fight through the cave, the currency. We've seen all this stuff, so moving through. The Rift Beast. I don't know if there's any new info here. Each lineage will start with a max of 4 evolutions, but can be increased to 7 evolutions by fully completing 2 lineages and completing the new Woven Echo. Oh, so there is interaction with Weaver stuff. That's cool. You can buff up the evolution stuff. Once the Rift Beast has been evolved, you have Torn instead of Mysterious Rifts. They continue to spawn the loot, so do you not have to evolve it every time? Just get the loot. Okay, cool. So you just keep evolving it. A non-primordial unique named Evolution's End will drop. Did they fix the dive bomb shenanigans? Nice. So no more new info here. Just talking about the shop. We have uniques and primordial assaults. Okay, so you can only have one. We already knew that. 25 primordial uniques. 22 are purchasable. And 3 can only drop. Hey, what up, Muffin Man? Welcome back. How are you doing? Thank you so much for the resub. You have quite a patch drop here. We're just getting started. The some of the spoilers looking pretty good. Yeah, a whole year. That's actually wild. Been here way in the beginning. That's awesome. We're lucky to have you come and hang out and give us the scoop. You gave the attribute stackers +1. Another +1. Let's go. That's huge. We'll get +2. Am I planning on going MG or stick with COF? Probably always going to be going COF, to be honest. It's just my jam. So we have info about the fight. Kill sites have all data mined only accessed now. Sites are being updated as we speak. You mean they just got data mine access now? Because before they used to have it like before patch drop, right? Is that the change? They only get it now? Uh, so there's new woven echoes. You can get primordial champion affixes this way. So we know that you can't use the Rune of Evolution on the champion affix, so this is how you're doing it. There's not that many champion affixes, so it's probably not too bad if it's like an RNG type thing. That's cool. LE Tools should have a privileged position. Yeah, I mean, probably. I think that would be fair. Because like it's just creating a like a burden of it's still gonna be before the patch, right? Like we're still gonna have the update before the patch. It's just not like it depends on how hard he works, how much time he puts in getting it going, right? Like the end effect is the same. It's just like it feels like a lot more effort for the devs of the sites to like rush. Uh, anyway, Glyph of Envy no longer unpredictably change the items to siphon stability. The new temporal keystone detail below can be used to add stability to timeline without crafting. Now reforges the subtype of an item? Same item type and class. Dude, this is so good. What? You can take a bad base and make it into a good base. If it's random though, like complete random, it probably sucks. You just waste all your FP. I hope they considered that, right? So if this is like 1 to 20 FP and there's like 10 subtypes, you're probably not going to get the one you want. But we'll see. So this is an item. There's a button to the bottom right of the stability bar that lets your current number of temporal keystones, if pressed, won't be consumed. Oh, it's just like instant. And you don't have that weird thing where you accidentally boost the wrong timeline. I like this. This is really good. Uh, if you have never completed the timeline, so it's really good for alts too. This is cool. I like it. So Glyph of Envy, I guess, is just purely a crafting item now. And it drops for monsters normally, and this is now the timeline. Like they've separated the two. So that makes a lot of sense. Them being tied together was kind of weird. So this is good. The big green lizards now drop temporal keystone. I think there was Weaver nodes for that. I think you can target these. Could be misremembering, but I'm pretty sure there was a green lizard targeting node. There's definitely lizard targeting nodes. I don't know about green. Hey, Svarog, what up? 6 new monolith echo zones based on chapter 10. Cool. Area level of most pre 90 normal timelines. Hey, let's go! Agent Zero, what up? Thank you so much for the resub. Welcome back. This is Giga Hype. We already went through the video. We went through some of the early stuff. Some really nice UI changes. I'm sure you had a hand in them. The MG stuff looks really good. Really hype about that. Uh, this is interesting. Moving up the levels I'm guessing characters were stronger going into timelines or something. Or do you want to make it harder for under-leveled characters? Yeah, I think this is fine overall, but oh, because the campaign's longer, right? Is that it? Because the extra campaign yeah. That makes sense. So if you're doing the full thing, you'll be a couple levels higher. So that does make sense. Uh, spawns in the first completed, previously the last. So this will be a bit harder now for people. So normally you do the last one and you get it. Uh, reduce the spawn rate of tomes. Total corruption gain from echo words that increase your corruption from more than one source. What? Total corruption gain for echo rewards that increase your corruption from more than one source. I don't get this. My brain must be tired. Players can no longer take damage from enemies while in Echo of World. Between oh nice, you leave with a DOT and you don't die anymore. That's cool. Yeah, this does happen, especially if you're in a party. You'll like get spawn camped sometimes. Like there's some really weird stuff that uh you don't have to do the math. Oh, the gain, corruption gain. Right, you're talking about like if you do shade or whatever. It gives you the breakdown. Okay. Yeah, I misread that. That makes sense. Right click in quest cycle or timeline boss will immediately start it if able. That's pretty nice. I like that. Portaling between monocycles in offline should now be as smooth as it is online. That's probably a pretty big internal change, isn't it? It's the way like the areas are created and stuff, but I like that. That's good. Undead hydras can no longer follow the player into town. Oh, that's funny. This had like infinite range or something. It would just like chase you. That's great. Dungeon tier unlocks are shared. This is huge. Love that. You don't have to do like T2 on your Giga Strong character anymore. Okay, no more people dying to the big boom. This is also huge if you're playing in a party. I like it. So we have minion power. That means that you. Why is 80% power per character level 60% more damage? Is power some like formula of multiple stats or something? It must be. There's some like math thing, right? But yeah, anyway. So your minions are going to stay alive against bosses, hopefully. That's good. Minions are more smarter. Also good. A hidden stat. Okay. Oh, they did reduce the damage taken. I didn't even notice. It's 8%. That's good. Maybe start with some base amount. Hmm. I don't know. Skip it. Okay, fine. Fix many common cases of minion snapshotting. This is big. I know this was like huge effort to get done. So I know that's definitely appreciated. Well, maybe. I've heard salty comments. Maybe it's appreciated. Uh, them leveling up alongside you, more damage health based on uh, responsive at high movement speeds, reducing instances of minions spinning around, failing. I mean, the problem is like I haven't really played minions in last Epoch, so it's really hard for me to comment on this stuff. I can see why these would be good, but there was some issue with minions like fighting Exiled Mage, right? I think there was like some minion build or no, that was Heartseeker. It was Heartseeker I'm thinking of. It like couldn't kill Exiled Mage. Uh, this is really cool that it like goes where you're going. So it's not always like what's the word? Like triangulating or whatever. Or it is, you know what I mean. That's cool. Wait, you can have word with Desu. Man, I'm getting spoilers. Uh what is this shrine nerf? Uh give mage an elemental. We have mirror the teleport mirror thing. This is pretty good though. A little bit less damage taken and 20% attack speed. Like most builds don't have 200% attack speed, so this is like a pretty big damage increase overall, depending on the build. Voidwell 4-second cooldown. This is a pretty big nerf to your mana sustain. I'm guessing there's going to be a lot more though. Increase void taken by 30% from 50. So this is another pretty big nerf here. 20% less damage. Okay. We're still going. Battle standard hit damage. Your Time Rot dot build doesn't get the Javelin combo. But there's still some other combos that are pretty strong. If this is the only nerf, I think you're probably okay. I mean, you're one-shotting Aberoth, like literally one tick, so. Time Rot, yeah, exactly. So Judgment, 50 mana cost from 40 now also grants less healing. Okay. Hmm. A chance to cleanse. Cleanses are good. Cleanse on cast is good. Nerf to it's weird. I didn't think we'd see the day with all these Sentinel nerfs, but here we are. This is a strange time that we live in. Healing effect. This is actually very few changes overall. This is like a very small list of changes. Like I expected way more. I don't think Sentinel's anywhere near dead if that's it. Rogue is the one that's like super egregious though. Parry chance per point from frailty chance. 3-point threshold granting frailty chance. 3-point threshold granting crit avoid. So these are buffs. Melee or throwing. Actually not bad. Hmm. Okay. So nerf on the cooldown. This is reasonable. People are just like spamming all the different like piano fingering their keyboard. Now has a trigger limit. There you go. That's still a lot though. What? 10 times per 3 seconds? That's a lot. You're still getting over 3 triggers per second. I mean, fine. They're just trying to get rid of abuse, but like, that's still a lot. It just makes sense now instead of like not making sense. Probably still busted. Uh, Now gains increased cooldown recovery speed and more damage equal to 50% of your total increased melee attack speed. Wait, what? 50%? That's a lot. Can you do this with the new spear? Or do you need the weapon to make this work? Spear would be interesting. You might need the weapon. Chance per point from 100. Gain a stack of Dusk Shroud. Okay, so you're not getting like unlimited now. I'm guessing EHG has some sort of like internal metrics, like some data that they're pulling whenever builds are doing weird stuff. Maybe. Like if somebody hits something for a billion damage, maybe they have some like logging or whatever. I would think. I don't know. Like surely there's some sort of threshold of like, oh, this build is like warning. Like if I'm writing code and like I'm worried about some weird stuff happening and I don't know exactly what I'm worried about, like an unknown, I'd have some sort of logging, right? So I think that would make sense. More damage per point of per point per Umbral Blade in the ground up to 25%. They capped it. XD. These are some pretty big nerfs. I think it's fine. It's probably still like stupid damage, right? Especially with some of the new stuff, it might be like completely fine. There's a lot of things that just didn't have limits, and now they have limits, which is strange because a lot of the other classes have way more limits than Falconer did, and they were way weaker. I'm not sure how Falconer went without limits so much. Also, it's supposed to be like mechanical build that does a lot of things, I guess. Increase melee area rather than generic area. Puncture. Sync Strike. Cool. Umbral Blades. 220 seconds. Previously had no limit. Max 3 points. That's actually a pretty big nerf as well. Was this what was OP though? Wasn't it? Was it the Umbral Blade damage? I guess the recent one that was crazy was Umbral Blade damage, wasn't it? It was like pulling back the. No, it wasn't. It was the daggers sitting in the ground. Yeah, it was uncapped. Oh yeah. They had like stupid dust shrouds. Okay. Oh, and that's it. That's all the rogue stuff. Wow. Okay. That's tame. That's honestly pretty tame. Missing health gained as. Wait, what? You have some extra low life in the passive tree. Nice. Yeah, they did limit the cooldown loop. This is like one of those things where it snowballs. Like I think there's like a certain point, a threshold that like once you pass it, you just go infinite with the whole like Falconer reset thing. But yeah, missing health gained as ward in the tree is pretty cool. Bleed duration, minion stuff, minion armor, more damage per combined minion skill level. Okay. Poison chance per point. Okay, mana on death, cool stuff. 50% of increased mana regen is increased armor. That's pretty good. I don't know if you're. Is mana regen how liches get their mana? Is that it? I thought they were like they had other recoveries. I don't know. Yeah, there's the harvest mana. Maybe there's some new stuff. I don't know. Mana regen just always felt really lame to me. Like as a stat in Last Epoch, because it doesn't base mana regen doesn't scale with max mana. So getting like percent mana regen, if you're a heavy mana spender build, it's usually not enough. So unless there's like a new thing that lets you get max mana as base mana regen, then I don't know. Hmm, 4 per second. There's a lot of stuff here. I'm guessing that the Acolyte's the biggest one here. So just a hot tip for those of you who want to make builds, all you have to do is you go into like the wiki, the Last Epoch database or whatever, and you just do Control F, and then you just type per, and then you search, and then you try and find things that do X per Y, more damage per whatever, more something per something else, and then you just try and find those. That's how you make a build. Whenever I see those, I'm excited, especially if they don't have a cap. I get really excited. A oh, I read bees. Bed of souls, not bees. Uh, you can dual wield by equipping an axe or dagger. Okay, so we've already seen this. I can't really comment on this stuff that much, to be honest. I haven't played that much Acolyte. Wait, what? Hold on. When you crit an enemy, you gain 25% of your crit multi as a ward. That's not that much, right? If you had like 500, be 125, 3 times per 2 seconds, so times 1.5, be like 160, 170 per second. It's not that crazy. For like a threshold. Yeah, it'd be like close to 200 per second. It's not terrible. Assuming you're critting at those intervals. More spell damage or increased spell damage with no shield. 3 point charge versus flat spell damage. I do like flat spell damage in the passive trees. It does open up options for like different builds. Okay, we've seen this one. We have another missing health gained as ward. So that's multiple missing health gained as wards in the acolyte trees that we've seen already. Plus some of the new stuff we've seen, you're probably getting maybe close to 100% health as ward. Maybe. It's like boots are what, 15? Chest is up to like 40 something if you do the primordial. T8 gloves, I'm guessing, would be around 40 if you had them, but you're probably doing the chest. So otherwise 20, and then in the tree it's like another 15. So you're potentially close to 100% per second. That's a lot. That'd be like 3,000+ word per second from this. I almost think you don't want to use the primordial chest, so you're not capped. It's like two times your health as ward is not a super high cap. That'd be like maybe 7,000 ward. You could definitely go way higher. Are you excited for this patch, or is it kind of a Z update? Uh, I'm not as hyped as last patch. Like to me, a lot of the minion stuff. I mean, as somebody who doesn't really play minions, it doesn't excite me that much. I think the new mechanic, the beast thing, seems pretty cool. A lot of the primordials are really game defining. Like I'm a big fan of innovative items, so that's like probably what I'm most excited about. It's all the new like items and stuff you can do with them. Just like the build crafting that we can do now. Overall, seems pretty cool. Uh, and +1 int. When you use a potion, kill the lowest health minion to restore. Okay. Can you abuse this? Just like spam killing minions? I don't know. Minion armor per int. Uh, grants minion stun immunity and reduce bonus damage taken from crits for you and your minions. Oh, that's good. Added melee physical as added throwing physical for your minion. We were reading Necro, right? Yeah. Honestly, I'm not going to comment on this. I just don't have the context. Oh, we have all the nodes. Cool. Let's go. Do flame nodes. More blood eruption damage per point. So base skill, it sounds like you're not getting blood eruption on bosses. If you can do that, it's probably a lot more damage. 30% chance per point. Oh, there you go. Every second melee, you are getting it on bosses with this. Cool. Less attack speed and -1. This is okay. 10% more attack speed per point. Up to 30% more attack speed. This is pretty cool. Area per point, spell damage per point. Doubled if bleeding. Consume a stack to deal 10% more per point. Okay, now we have the mobility stuff. This is what we're looking for. Increase spirit step distance. Chance per point to gain haste when you directly use flay and hit an enemy. Tripled if flay is a traversal. So there's something you can convert to traversal. Spirit step now has a maximum distance of 12 meters. Now a traversal with a 5-second cooldown. It will move you even if you do not have a valid target. 12 meters. Is this good? This would be like an alternative to transplant, right? Just wondering, would this be better than transplant for some builds? Maybe. Wait, what? When you directly use flay and hit at least one enemy, your active order gains radius and more ailment frequency per. This has no cap? So it's like per attack. Could potentially get quite a bit of more damage, more ailment frequency. It would be 6% more frequency per point per attack. Quite a bit. Melee damage on your crypt axes or daggers is also applied to spell damage for blood eruption. Cool. Damage per point of mana. Are you trolling? I don't think so. I don't think glitch is mandatory. So there's even more mana stack synergy here. So you have the spell damage per max mana, and then you have higher chance per max mana per Chaos Bolt. So there is a lot of support for the mana thing. So some crit. We have crit multi, more spell. You can tell how the new axe, Heavy's axe fits into all this. Reduces cold resist and armor. Doesn't say by how much. Curious if this can be a alternative to Shred, depending on how much it reduces armor, I guess. Make Wandering Spirit, more damage per point. Spreading Bleeds. Completely remove the melee attack. Can it still move you? No, right? It's the melee attack that moves you, so I assume you don't move anymore with this. Bleed chance, bleed duration, more bleed stuff. There's so many nodes in this tree. This is actually crazy how many nodes this tree has. More damage over time, less attack speed. Bleed stuff. Poison, base damage, cold. More hit damage to chilled or frozen per point. Some minion stuff. 12% execute. Necrotic convert. Wait, what? If you do not hit a boss or rare, a copy strikes a random. Wait, what? This is just turning it into a ranged build, isn't it? I guess you have to hit an enemy. Like, I guess not really. Yeah, never mind. Not really, but it's still pretty big for your clear. Remaining cooldown. Reperform. Huh. Per consumed. That's interesting. This is like built-in chronostasis right here. Per 30 ward. 4 points. So you get 12 per 30. That's 7.5 life or ward consumed. Gives you a point of damage. How much could you potentially get? If you had like 15,000 ward, you might be able to. 1,500, you're getting. It's not that much flat, I guess, right? It's okay. This might be not bad if you're having a bunch of sustain. Probably not bad. I think you'd want to be playing like full hybrid, not like low life. Maybe Strife or something. We have A-Bomb. A lot of stuff here. Let's skip over. Orb Decay. We have DOT. Buffs. Snapshot fixed. Hey, likewise, what up? How's it going? Welcome back. Hope you had a good time with the gauntlet. It's way too warm. It is quite warm, yeah. Oh, you didn't. Right. Watch the rip. It's always about the rip clips. There's so many rip clips. I haven't even been playing PoE, but I went through the rip clips. Convert to cold. This is Ben's like what 6th or 7th gauntlet win or something. It's just like Path of Ben. Increased area. Inflict plague per second, more damage. We do like more damage. I'm wondering where the like Giga Deep stuff consumes 10 mana to emit a defiling aura every 15 seconds. Nova every 15. Stacking poison res. I don't know if we know how much damage this Nova does. This seems like pretty cool synergy with the flay thing. Is you can put this on a moving target while you're standing still, and I think it would stack. Wait, it's already up? That was fast. Wait, this is not new, is it? Never mind, this is not new. This doesn't seem that great. Oh, your poison chance applies at 500% of its normal value. I see. So you're stacking poison. I get it. I understand. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in here. All right, Death Seal. This is a good one. They moved it. More points. Seal your current health prevent growing above its current value for up to 3 seconds. While sealed, you take less damage equal to half of your percent missing health. 90% hit damage taken is dealt over 4 seconds. I'm assuming that this is multiplicative, right? Like you can't get to 100% hit damage taken over time, right? Probably. Because otherwise, I think you could become immortal if you have enough leech with overleech. Yeah, it must be multiplicative. Yeah, it's probably multiplicative. You would, if you could take, you'd take more dot damage than hit damage. It doesn't matter as long as the amount you're leeching is higher than the amount you're taking. I think you don't die, depending on how those shifts are handled and calculated. Because we have the overleech. You clear the delayed damage. That's pretty cool. It's only on kill though. 5% delay damage is cleared when Death ends. Wave of Death when you cast Reap or Evade. Just a lot of cold conversion stuff. We need Worm Blaster. That's what we want. We have a cap. Sad. That's a lot of damage though. Up to 400% more hit damage on Death Wave per Doomstack. Okay, that's a lot. We go from increased duration to, or from flat to increased. Does that mean our Death Seal duration is reduced a lot? Seems like it, right? All right, Dread Shade. There was already some pretty strong Dread Shade stuff. Damn, it's like giga buff here. Base damage. Some pretty big buffs here. Harvest changed from flat to increased. We got the same treatment as play, I guess. You get the flat per dex. Harvest type. I think you can get a lot of flat. So if you just have like int stack with increase, maybe this is not bad. All right. I have not played Harvest, so skip over some of this. Buff 2 Marrow Shards, Reaper Farm. Okay. We have changes to the Rip Blood, hits in the line. Pretty big damage on sacrifice. More damage per bleed. So we've already seen this. This looked pretty cool though. It's a lot of potential scaling. Yeah, mage is what I've been waiting for. We're gonna see. Mage buffs! First line I see is buffs. I'm feeling good. Antipode of Mazembria. That's a pretty minor buff. I think that was the like circle that shot out bolts or something. There's so many invocations, it's hard to remember. Dragon's Breath has 60 base damage and effectiveness of added damage from... Honestly, I don't even remember. I think Igneous Rain had potential to do damage. Did I see the Glyph of Envy? Yeah, I did. For later, Tank Lab. Alright, let's go. Stormstar Impact has pretty big increase here. That's a pretty big increase. I honestly have not even used a lot of these. Sparks have base damage. Lightning Web has 50 or 30. Alright, Lightning Web. The problem with Lightning Web was targeting. It had like max targets or whatever. Rhyme Spiral. I think Rhyme Spiral was actually okay for AoE. Where do we get Damage Leech now that they removed Soul Maw? There's a lot of leech like throughout the trees, like the acolyte trees now. Oh wait, what? Hold on. What's going on? Dude, this is all of it? What do you mean? Uh, we've been forgotten. I'm sad. No fix to Jagged Veil. What do you mean? We're still bugged. All right. We have Primalist. This one's also going to be getting changes. It's just Mage that gets forgotten. Reduce damage taken and duration. Cool. More melee damage from increased. This is good, right? Because you can buff this a lot. There's like aspect effect and all that other stuff. I'm pretty sure this is like huge damage, isn't it? So you get a lot of increased already, and then you get your more multi. I think this is big. Shark is stupid. Stupid good, right? Dude, a more multi on the Viper too? Oh my god. Flat crit from increased. Okay. These are big buffs. Increased minion damage stuff. You gain aspect of aura on traversal. Yeah, it's like, that's kind of nuts. That's a lot of damage. You have some deck stack here. Wait, hold on. Spell damage per points of your strength. With Cleaver? It's not really much, though. But I guess minions don't normally get that much. Hey, Alweezy, what up? How's it going? Are you hyping on the last Epoch, or just come to watch the world burn? No? So far, I think my mage build is alive. I'll show you guys. I'll do a demo at the end of this. I'll show you what my theory was. Final form. Critical stuff. Crit leech. Cool. Oh, there you go. Nerf to shark. But honestly, though, this is still 75% more damage before effect, which is going to make this even higher. This is like a huge damage multi. Back for the lulls, yeah. The spear thing is pretty nuts. Max 10 points. You get 30% crit damage reduction here. That's not bad. Health and minion health, pretty good. And threshold with minion skill. 2 strength and 2 dex per point for passives? That's a lot. That's a lot of attributes. The strength isn't even an off stat. Increase effective aspects per point. Dude, what? Aspects are getting even crazier. Storm nerf. Dude, what? Why are we nerfing Earthquake? They must have thought some of the new, like, stuff was really OP with Earthquake. It's the slam itself was not that OP, right? It was more about the DOT conversion. They buffed the trigger? I don't know. They wouldn't nerf Earthquake because of Bear Earthquake. That would be a weird change, right? So then you're just nerfing people who actually self-cast. That would be such a bad nerf. I hope that's not the case. Serpent Venom damage from poison. This is gonna be nerfed. This was like uber one-shotter stuff right here. Up to no limit, and more damage per frostbite up to no limit. Yeah, okay. That's a big nerf. More bear stuff. Summon bear. Summon raptor. Summon saber-tooth. Dude, these patches are so much longer than our mage stuff. I'm feeling naked right now. Summon Spriggan, summon Stormcrows. This was busted. This is a pretty small nerf for Stormcrow. Swipe. It'd be nice if Swipe did more damage. Like, to have a pretty good melee thing. Yeah, true. Affixes. Cool. Endurance while channeling Warpath now grants. Okay, cool. Prefix for daggers, which grants melee and necrotic spell damage. Every time they add a new affix, it's always important to remember that makes all the other affixes harder to get. Levels of play, area for area skills. Buff to block. Oh, they nerfed the pen. That's rough. No, they're nerfing ward idols, dude. Sad. They're nerfing health idols too? Huh. Okay. Nerfing health regen. Wonder if they're gonna nerf shock idols. That'd be funny. More nerfs, more nerfs. Health. I guess because maybe you can get more health now, so they had to nerf it. More nerf to ward. Nerfing health regen. Sag. Buffing to Thorn Totem, cool. They added a limit to the Avalanche Boulder. Sad. Enemy balance. Go to level. Wondering if this is talking about the dungeon monsters and stuff in timelines from the Weaver tree, maybe? Wait, what? Reduced healing effect per stack. That's something. If you're generating ward, you don't really care, I guess, but actually Leech doesn't care either, right? This feels like a paladin nerf. Is that what this is? Is paladin nerf? Maybe. Clotho's Needle grants. Okay, so nerf here. Reduce damage. Was this that OP? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, it's strong. Let's play increase fire damage. Grants 2%. Oh no, dude. This is Giga Nerf. That's huge nerf. That LP level thing is rough. This is already a rare item. I like how the timer build got this nerfed. Or what was it? Time Rot? This was like kind of not great, right? Or no, actually, this might have been the Primalist build. Was it Primalist? Might be Time Rot. Nerf to Water Orb. Oh, buff to base damage. Okay, cool. Ah, man. That's Big Sag. They nerfed our Exile boots. The hell? Got scammed. Telfoons suck. I really don't want to use Telfoons. They're like slow boots. Telfoons is not ideal. Nerf 2 Flames. I don't know if the pen was what made it strong, but yeah, Foot of the Mountains. Pretty sad. Talons 50 LP. That's still pretty low, to be honest. I think it's fine. Guessing nerf here. This is fair. This like mitigated so much endgame DOT threats. Nerf to Swine. This is probably fair. Nerf to Buckle. %40 dodge. Yeah, I mean like conditionally. Dude, nerf to the belt. They're nerfing us. Man, we're getting nerfed. We're losing what, like at least 10 in. Not cool. It's not even deserved. We're not going to be anywhere near the best build in the game. Not even close. Sad. Makes it harder to utilize Red Ring. Honestly, most of the stacking builds have so much more than the 180. It's true, but stacking builds are still going to use it. Non-stacking builds probably weren't going to get enough anyway. More in with the new uniques? I don't think so. I don't think so. Because you're limited to primordial. Do we have many non-primordial new uniques? I don't think so, right? Oh, dude, I'm scared to look at set item. Wait, hold on. Is that it? Just kidding? Expecting more? Vessel of Strife nerfed again. Okay, we saw this with the new combo. You got nerfed. Blackblade got nerfed on the time rot, but they left the shock. Oh, that's funny. Not that the shock was that OP compared to time rot, but it's still funny. World Splitter nerf. Uh, that's pretty big, I guess. Still gonna be getting crit cap. Slab. Yeah, they nerfed the slab. They don't want you to get 100% block. I'm immune to hit damage. That's good. Limited ashes. It combos. Yeah. The rogue helmet was giving you converting whatever to block, and then you just have cap block and you're infinite. Yeah, you'd basically be immune to hit damage. It's kind of crazy. B buff. This feels troll. The only change here is the renaming. Is it underwhelming for a non-minion player? There's not that much, yeah. You gain for joining? Nice. COF buff! Huge buff! Okay, so we've already gone over the merchant stuff. Curious what the drop rate is on these. Adjusted chances. I hope it's a buff, because doing Weaver stuff for idols was such a pain. Like, this was massive pain doing these. Considering they nerfed idols, maybe. New rank bonuses and idol crafting. Rank 3, you can reforge class-specific idols at the Woven Enchanter. Oh, you're just re-rolling the normal affix? You drop so many, why would you want that? You just drop them until you get a good one. It's cool, I guess, but if you're using favor on this is probably, I don't know. At least for COF, you just like bulk drop these until you get a good one. For MG, it might be, yeah. Okay, so this is a buff, more Weaver's Touch. You can reforge Weaver idols or roll. Will always be Weaver. Yeah, I mean it's okay for COF. 10% more likely, more memory ember drops in your echoes. This is good. Did they not nerf any of the Woven Echo strats? Like our favor farms are still there? Did you miss anything sick? I don't think so. There's really not much for mage, which I was kind of surprised by. We got a bit of int nerfs. These look cool. Map outlines match the. It feels like there's a lot of same as 1.2. Can affect performance. I was hoping for more balance changes, to be honest. Like even if they're just semi-random, just to mix things up. Uh, unique role mod. Wait, what? Did I miss something? All right, let's read that. Added support for matching. Ooh, you're right. Wait, what? Is this per item? At least one unique that has modifiers with roll ranges. Is this per unique? Maybe? Because for like subtypes and stuff, you have to select one type, otherwise it doesn't work. If you have to make individual rules for uniques. But I guess it's for like your build unique, so maybe it's fine. Might be okay. We'll see. Still a really good change. Be able to filter for good rolls. I like that. Uh, they fixed the Weaver Wheel OP stuff. Did I miss that? Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, that was annoying. This was also a problem for tab affinities too. Dash macro added swap attributes. Potential tier. Still no loop filter sounds? I think we did have loop filter sounds, no? Pretty sure we went over that. Not custom sounds. Jed revealed 8 more. Not worth to mention mage changes? There's literally nothing to mention. It was like just a few runic invocation changes and that was it. I went over it in like a minute. So we have do we have multi T7? Double T7, there you go. This is good. A duplicate version of the staff. This will let you set your stash up quicker. Damage indicator. What we need is pause game. Regex things like for the stash, yeah. It will now reset the affix selection buttons. Okay. Character limit in the search box. This is really big for regexes. Having short regex is a pretty big problem. We have controller, we have enemies, new champions, performance stuff, localization, other. Was the warpath. Okay. We have skills. Wait, visual and sound. Oh. Damn, we're almost through this. MTXs. Bug fixes. Alright, maybe we have some cool stuff in here. So any big ones we're excited about? Shadow Cascade might still be bugged with Sync Strike, where you can like snapshot on extra damage. Wait, did they not fix the what do you call it? Frostwall thing? Is it not fixed? I mean, whatever, fine, but that would be pretty strong. What's wrong with Frostwall? You get this like 150% more damage on your next runic, and then it just stays on forever. So you just permanently have 150% more damage instead of needing to recast Frostwall and do all that like waiting and stuff. So it was pretty strong. And there was also a snapshot with that, which I'm assuming is fixed, but I don't know. Uh, there was a bug and a snapshot. If they fixed the snapshot, fine, but even just the bug without the snapshot was already pretty strong. Uh, yeah, there's not as much stuff as expected. Just seeing if my build is still alive, but it looks barely changed other than a few numeric things. But yeah. Not seeing anything crazy here. All right. So was Tunk Labs updated? Let's see. I don't even remember the names of the new items. New? These are not. This is still last patch. Check tools. Yeah, I don't think we're updated. Max roll is updated. Nice. Let's go. Do we have new uniques in here and stuff? Maybe. I don't think so. Ooh, this is new. Less spell mana cost, less mana regen. Damage dealt to mana before health. 3/0 mana cost skills in a row, you gain mana. 3-second cooldown. This is definitely new. Oh, there you go. Legends. There it is. We even have the rolls. Wait, what? Do we have roll range? How do I just make this? Like, what does this go up to? Oh, this is validate. Okay. I need to use this planner more then. This is max roll. Cool. Do we know the LP level? 80. Okay. 80 is fine. We can live with 80. Yeah, like this I think this is a purchase only item. So I don't even know if 2LP is possible. Depends on how often you can get them exactly. It might be drop as well, but like you're not spamming prophecies with this. It really depends on how much of the new currency you get. But anyway, int. So we'll assume it's a T1. All right. So I'm gonna start building the new build while we're here. We'll do opal prefixes. Int. Cool. I'm trying to remember what else we wanted on here. I forget. Do we want more int? Not Velatria. Fairboar. Fairboar is a prefix. Fair, red boar. I don't actually know if this is what we want. We are losing some int though. T7 for 8 int just feels really bad. I think even percent damage is going to be better here. Probably just seal it. All right. What else do we want? We could do crit, and then we don't need crit on a weapon. We could do... What else do we like? Spell damage. Probably. Could even get crit mitigation here. Then we don't need it elsewhere. Option. I'm just going to leave this for now. Does this not work? The ring is not working yet, right? I think we want probably seal. That is a lot of lightning pen though. Oh wait, no, we can't. We need it needs to be sealed because we need levels. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't calculate it. Hmm. I guess it doesn't know how to do the calculations yet. That's fine. That's okay. We can deal with that. But yeah, let's. I'm gonna hop in game. I'm gonna show you guys what I've been working on, and then I'll probably end the stream and do a bit of theory crafting. We'll see. Or make a video. We'll do it live. All right, this might take a bit. Game does not want to start. So I need to reduce my int by uh what? How much did we lose? 5 and another like what 4-ish. We lost like 9 int, about 10-ish. Yeah, yeah, that's kind of it's a little bit painful. That does hurt. I don't see. Actually, wait. Before we go in game, hold on. Before we go, let's go through the rest of the items. Can I search primordial? No. Maybe the DP is not updated. Unique spoiler? Yeah, I think so. I could select it in the planner, but I don't know if they're here. I don't think they're here. Do we just go through each slot and then look manually? I guess, right? Why not? Mask of Indifference, we've already seen this. Butcher Crown, we've already seen this. Uh, Evolution's End. +2 all skill minion damage. When hit leaves boss or champion below, you summon a rift. Wait, what? An allied rift beast? Is this allied or not? I don't even know. Are you just spawning an enemy one to get more loot? It's a meme item? Maybe. Okay, Wildfire, we've seen this. Crit item. Blossom. Slab nerf. +4 to strength. Skills on a shield slot. It's pretty cool. Cleaver shield? Is it cleaver shield? I mean, maybe. I don't know. I don't I don't know if you're getting much out of the int. Unless you're doing ward something, maybe. It's kind of weird shield. Gain a stack of stuff. More damage per stack. Your highest level minion also gets more damage. Okay. Damage reflected. You blind all enemies facing you and deal damage to them equal to your damage reflected. We have a Thorns Primordial. More damage reflected. What if this is actually good? Wait, what? 17 flat reflected per 10 uncapped physical res. Interesting. You could probably get like 600 phys res or something, right? Maybe more. And then you have like almost double that in flat. This feels like quite a bit. Huh. This could be interesting. You can scale that. Oh yeah, shield throw. I guess this is character sheet stat. So yeah, I guess. Yeah, I think you're right. Could be interesting. Wings of Discords. We've already seen this one. Effective stats. The idle thing. This is the low life chest. We've seen the maximum life applied as word limit. Feels a little weird. You'd have to have quite a bit of life for this to be good. If you have like, I guess if you have 4,000 or so, still you're regenerating quite fast. Okay. Just double check. Galatria is still alive. It's here. This is good. Okay, so we have this. Did they change it? Not yet. And there's a chance they might still change this, but so far it's still 30 to 35. What was the strongest build in season 2 by the end of it? Like strongest overall, it's probably like the Primalist build, the like Viper Strike thing, or maybe Time Rot. I think Time Rot could actually clear and do bosses. Pretty sure the Viper Strike sucked for clear. I don't know. Some pretty good Falconer builds, but like depends on how you define best, like all around versus like at one thing. I don't know. Int skills, int. Hmm. This feels really underwhelming for a Primordial, no? You get plus levels, I guess, but it's taking your Primordial slot. That's kind of rough. What am I playing? Probably the Lightning Blast build I'm working on, but I won't be here for season launch, so it'll have to wait. Attunement skills, attunement, health and mana per attunement. Huh, interesting. You can type in Primordial. I'm thinking there might be some new non-primordials too, but I don't know. Primal Cadence. Another minion thing. We have splash damage. The new axe. 5 new non-primordials. Yeah, we're just looking for that. Does this show the nerfs? It does. Yeah, the changes are in here. You can see the time rot nerf on BBC. How would you level a mage before Enigma? There's a lot of pretty good ways to level a mage. You could do lightning blast if you want. You could do you can still do spark charge without Enigma. You don't need Enigma to use spark charge. You just get some flat damage on like a staff or something, and then spark charge still kills everything. Like you really don't need Enigma. When I did my Frostclaw build with spark charge, I didn't have Enigma and it still did stupid damage. Overall thoughts? There was very few mage changes, like way fewer than I thought, and just generally fewer changes than I thought there would be. Movement speed per dexterity, 1% movement per 10. So you get what, 250, and you're getting 25% move speed plus 10% move speed. 10 against all res. It's kind of like a generic stat stick thing. Fire skills, it's a mace. Physical, if you have an exalted weapon in your offhand, stats have increased effect. Hmm. Armor mitigate, this is a pretty good tank. Maxwell Planner, yeah, this, it does have the new items, but I don't think they actually work yet. It's just showing the text. Sure, that'll be updated. We have the Giga Wrong Warp nerfs in here. It's pretty big sag. Okay, we looked at the weapons, chest shield, amulet, helmet. Continue going through rings. No changes here. This is a Lich build that triggers a bunch of other stuff? Probably. I'm guessing this new thing is one of the ones that's been tested a lot. So it's probably going to be at least okay. I don't know though. It's a lot of unknowns. Hope it can beat Uber. I'm guessing it probably will. Things that have been tested a lot are usually trash. That's the worry. Okay, so rings we looked at. Check belt. Set anything? No. Wait, hold on. Lightning in a bot. Oh, that's not even new, is it? Is this new? I don't remember. I feel like I've seen this. This is new? They nerfed your avalanche build. Yeah, they did. Not cool. Do I think the spear everyone's freaked out about is going to survive? I can't say. I don't know. They seem to be aware that it's strong. I don't know if, like, the extent of it. Uh, hmm. Fangs of Berserker. You gain Frenzy when you use a potion. More melee damage while you have Frenzy. Damage taken. They said the spear is nerfed? When did they say that? Is that a new announcement? Just said it on Reddit. Increased effective frenzy. Increased effective. Yo! Not bad. For strength. You get like 200 strength, 200 effective frenzy. That's, I guess that's only like 40% increased attack speed. It's actually not much. Okay, that's built. There's a meme post. They're trolling. Trolling us. Primal knowledge. Skill level stats from legendary affixes have. Huh. Interesting. This is like crazy affix. Mike added me in the PhD Discord. Hold on. I didn't see that. I like that I get special ats. This is the new version. Okay. It goes up to 20. Can I put this on screen? Hold on. There we go. This is the new version. So we have, what was it before? I think did we get slightly more base stats? I don't know. But this was nerfed from 35 to 20. I think it's still strong. The max effect, we have, was it 9? It's 180% increased. It's probably still worth, I guess, but more annoying to deal with. That's a pretty big nerf, almost cut in half. When you cut scaling in half, it's like more than half the damage is gone. It's probably still fine, but I don't know. What exactly is a magic item? It seems like magic item is uh, 2 affixes and a seal. I think the seal doesn't count. You can have like triple T7 as long as one of them's a seal. I think that's fine. This has been like debated the last little bit. It gives 0.1 movement speed per 10 dex. It's 1%. It's not 0.01. That's just how they represent percentages as a decimal. So 200 move speed is 20, or 200 dex is 20 move speed. Wait, hold on. I answered. T75 is on par with T77 pre-nerf world splitter. Maybe. You're probably going to be wanting at least like 1 or 2 uh, non-magic items, right? You can have a tier 8 sealed. You can't have T8 because the primordials are exclusive. So having this means you can't have T8 affixes. That is the problem. Anyway, skull increased effect. So this means if you have a +4 legendary affixes, are the affixes on a legendary item legendary affixes? Like if it's on the unique? I assume no. So this is slams. If you slam +4 on a unique, you now get +6. I guess it's pretty cool. It's not really giving you that much unless you're using multiple. It's a little underwhelming, I think. This is pretty cool. It's converting all of your ailments into bleed. You're scaling bleed. There's a lot of potential here for giga damage, and then you have your explosions too for your AoE. The glove, I'm guessing this glove is still bugged, giving you Omni Pen, and maybe they fixed the snapshot thing, but if the Omni Pen is still bugged, then this glove will be really good for something like Disintegrate or whatever. The new tech. Probably still bugged. Boop. We have Blood of the Exile nerf, Big Sag. This is Giga Sag. Wait, hold on. Slow boots are still the same. They nerf Dark Stride? No. So you could still do the zoomy melee flat stack with Dark Stride. Could be pretty fun. Do you think Lich will have more promise with health stack with the new chest? I think the health stack sounds pretty strong. Then you can do ward shenanigans with the health stack. Should be pretty good. Skin boots. This is a Flay unique. Not class locked. This is so terrible. Oh no. It's not that bad. It's fine. Summoning skeletons. Okay. Telfoons is still the same. And that's it. That's the end of boots. It's possible some of these new things are class locked, but I'm guessing most of the primordials are not, I would think. Skull we've seen. I think we've seen this. Yeah, we've seen this. We have percent increase endurance threshold. That's something. Wow. That's it. No unique idols. 60% idle effect is a lot. True. True. But I guess if you have like a really specific effect that you want more of, you could do that. I guess. Like spark charge chance, for example. You could get more of that. But I don't know. It'd have to be like a pretty build defining idle thing for you to consider doing that. Yeah, anyway. I'll show you guys what I've been working on since patch notes didn't seem to kill it. So here we are. Are we in game? We are. Cool. Okay, we have a Sork test and we have a Rune Master test. I think we are bugged though. Why? What? We are in offline, by the way. That's why you see this weird stuff. This is not part of the game. LB Sparkles doubled in DPS. I'll show you what I have. So I had to fudge this. Obviously, I'm in 1.2. I can't actually play 1.3 yet. Max, I need to set up the Maxwell command. Yeah, so this is how I did it. This is how I test the build without actually being able to play the build. I just fudged the stats onto the boots so that it would count as the set. Yeah, there's a few things that are wrong. I have roughly like 6 or 7 extra int that I wouldn't have. But otherwise, this should be pretty much the same. Yeah, well, let's go. Do we have sound? Why don't we have sound? We do. Cool. Yeah, I do get +1 from campaign now. Sure. So I'm using double red ring. I would actually have the set primordial and a opal with fair boars. I had to give myself +2 lightning blast because the set would give me +2, and I don't have it with these items, so I had to do that. I gave the extra stats that I would have gotten from blood. These are nerfed by 4, so instead of 12, it would be 8. Then otherwise, you probably wouldn't have double T7. This would be like an extra 8 int here, so you'd probably be, you could get here, but you'd be at like probably 220-ish, more realistically. Anyway, it's been a couple days since I've went here, so let me see. Anyway, this is roughly what it will look like when you have like T7, T5s across the build. Let's just make sure everything's set up right. Yeah, if you can get +1 skill somewhere, you get a lot more damage from the halo, but you really need the path over here. This is important for the damage. Well, let's go.
Such wasted potential. Oropis would have welcomed you. Fight for nothing. See the beauty we were denied. A terror turned her back on us. The void hungers. They deserve their fate. The void comes. We treated the world no better. You will be forgotten. The world calls for this. This is its honor. The void comes.
Anyway, there you go. That's pretty much it. I played that pretty poorly. With this setup, the fastest Uber I did was 1 minute 22. I just stood in everything, took a bunch of frailty stacks, but I mean, you get the idea. That's what the build will look like. And we'll go do some 1000 corruption.
Fools.
You can play this with Flame Rush as well, and then it feels a lot better. It's the runic traversal is a little awkward. We probably don't even need Rune Bolt for mana sustain. I think we fixed all of our mana issues. Yeah, the damage is pretty high. We'll do. I have a 3000 timeline here. So just for science, we'll try 3000 corruption. This is not like completely min-max. You could get double T7s on all your items. Like this is T7 5s, 7 5s. Like you could get double 7. But anyway, yeah. So 3000 corruption. Oh, those things hurt. The little spinny dudes.
Fools!
Yeah. Anyway, there you go. That's 3000 corruption. Why am I playing Working Frostlaw and Lightning Blast? What do you mean? What's up with Frostlaw? I tried, okay? I tried to make Frostlaw work, because on paper, Frostlaw looks pretty good with the Velatria thing, right? You use the ladle, you do whatever. It seems okay. You still use Enigma because you hit so many times, but it just doesn't work. Because Lightning Blast, it has base like 7.5 hits. With this setup, you're doing 7.5. And then you basically get an extra for every hit. You get almost double extra hits. So it's like almost 15, you're probably like 13, 12 hits ish, right? Oh, turning LB into the new Frostclaw? Yeah, that's the thing. I wanted Frostclaw to work, but the numbers just weren't there. And this thing here, this spark charge damage, this is also inherited by the Nova effect. So all of the spark charges that the Nova applies also get the damage. This gives you 75% more hits, and all of them get the spark charge damage. Plus, this also gets the Velatria damage. The spark charges also get the Velatria damage. And then if you're playing Sork, it triggers even more Novas. So they all kind of do their thing. Distant Spark. You're talking about this? Yeah, so I tested with this. I have math. Hold on. I have math somewhere. Where did I put it? There we go. Yeah, math. So this is the Frostlaw one. Hold on. So here's the math. This is basically what it looks like in 1.2. This is like base, about 5,200 damage per cast, roughly, give or take. And if you're using both the Velatria tech with the ladle and all that stuff, close to 12,000, so 2.2 times. If you're just doing Rune Master with LB Nova, it's a little over 2 times the damage. But this setup is really hard to get. You need a lot of levels on Spark, so more realistically, it would be something like what I have. So a little under 2 times damage, but it's still a lot. It's crazy damage. But anyway, you can see where the damage comes from here. Versus the current Lightning Blast, you do like no Lightning Blast damage now. You're doing quite a bit more. Your Spark Charge doesn't go up that much, but you gain the Spark Charges from Lightning Blast Nova. You also gain the Spark Nova damage. And if you're using both, you have some chaining stuff because they self-chain the Spark Charge and the Spark Nova. So yeah, you can do something like that. But anyway, I don't know. What else do we want to go over? Guess while we're here, The other one I wanted to do was Meteor. I don't know if I have. I don't know if I have Meteor set up. Um, yeah, I don't think I have it set up. The other tech I tried with Lightning Blast, I don't think I've seen anyone do, but you can take Lightning Blast or Static Orb, you spec it with a bit of minus mana, you can go cold for Cold Fire Cold, Runic Invocation, and then you can come up here and grab Shock Effect. So this gives you an extra 20% pen, I think. Yeah, something like 20% pen extra on bosses. That's not bad. And you get here extra chain, a little bit more damage. And you get a bit of the refund here. So yeah, using Static Orb as a utility is actually not bad. Oh, and then you also get Lightning Aegis from Static Orb. Not that it's that big of a deal, but it protects against like one big hit for bosses. And then you drop Lightning Blast here. Oh shit, you're right. I see what you guys are saying. God damn it. Why am I like this? Oops. Sorry about that. Yeah. What I was saying about Static Orb is you can use this as a utility if you don't think you need something like Rune Bolt, for example. You can just take Static Orb. You go over here, you grab Shock Effect, gives you extra pen. You go here, you make it cold. You go here, it gives you Lightning Aegis. Then you go up here, you get extra chains. This buffs the damage of your Lightning Blast. All of these buff your Lightning Blast. And then you just tap Static Orb every few seconds. You can even take Refund, so it's basically free. I did try this, and it was actually pretty good. But if you take Aegis, then you don't need this point here. And you grab an extra Spark Nova, and it gives you a lot more damage. But overall, I didn't think it was really worth it. It's kind of whatever. But yeah, if you don't have enough points on Lightning Blast, you would probably just take these out and just skip Nova. You can put an extra point into Arcing Power, Chain Lightning, and then you can grab this for better consistency. Probably lacking. Grab some like cast speed, or just more damage on Lightning Blast itself, because it also, I guess you're not using the Nova, but yeah, probably cast speed. I think, and then extra chain. You need to have an odd number of these nodes. So the way the halving works is it's rounded up. So adding an extra point in here would do nothing. You need 2 points. So you're either 3 and 2 or you're 4 and 3. Otherwise, you don't get any benefit. So you need 2 extra points to make that work. And then the instant detonate, I didn't actually find this worth it, as you saw from the Echo gameplay. I don't feel like this node is actually worth the point. You kind of kill everything instantly anyway with the Novas and the hit damage and stuff, so it doesn't do much. And then the spark charges detonate after they die, I think, so whatever. And yeah, that's pretty much where the build is at. I'll probably put a guide together over the weekend. Hopefully that'll be ready soon, but I think this is good. And then maybe if I have time, I'll try and do something with Meteor. So I think we can do a Meteor build as well. And definitely Static Orb can also be a build. Maybe Volcanic Orb can be good. I know Disintegrate might be good with the Volatria, Ignivar, and then the Bugged Gloves, if you're using that, would also be good. Definitely Brand of Deception is also looking still pretty good. Especially if this bug is still in the game. Which is unfortunate if it is, but that's fine. Anyway, let's go back. I do also have a Sork version of this build. It works as both. You can do either. Mana Guide. Oh my god. Mana Guide's so troll. Oh yeah, I did do Frostclaw test too. I guess I could show that. I don't know if this is set up properly. Uh, Probably not. Close enough. Oh, I broke it, didn't I? Yeah, I did. I broke it. I don't know what I've done. Okay. I'll show what the Frostclaw looks like. It's a little weird. Might be able to make it better. So this is 1,000 corruption. I don't have my stuff set up right. I'm giga squishy. Hmm. This is basically like a mini version of the old. Oh, I don't have negative focus tech. It's a mini version of the old Cross Cloud Spark Charge build. See if we can fight anything. Oh man, I need to fix all of this. What was the point of Runebolt and Lightning Blast? It's for mana sustain. You get mana when you cast Runebolt. It's like a lot of mana. You regen yourself in a couple seconds. But I don't know if once you get enough mana regen and some mana and whatever, I don't know if you actually even need it. You might not. What do we drop here? Just something like that. Take this 2. Hmm. Just take more damage. It's better mana sustain. So we can still take. There's no point if it's not spec'd though. I'll take Flame Ward. There, this is fine. Bear quick. I don't think there's any chance we can do Uber with this, if I even have an Uber here. Maybe I don't. We have an Uber. There's no chance we are able to kill Uber with this. How hard with this build? pretty hard. Did Mage not get touched by the patch notes? Not really. There was a few int nerfs, which are Mage nerfs. A few Runic Invocation buffs. I don't know if they're gonna do anything, but yeah, I guess we'll see. Oh, my Enigma's not even max roll. It's unacceptable. Not okay. I think this is fine. This could be +4 Frostclaw. It probably should be. I have one. Do I want +4 Frostclaw? Do I get anything? Could do Nova. Maybe I do. I guess that would be the classic. Alright, whatever. We're doing it. Uh-oh. Still at 2. Okay, 0. Cool. Alright. I'm gonna get bodied. Just so you guys know. Oh, my passives. No, they're fine. Oh shit, I just walked into it. That's bad. Yeah, that's like ZDPS. That's a big problem. This is not happening. Frostclaw's Struggle Town. You need some sort of single target to make Frostclaw work. Maybe Static Orb could work again. Static Orb is actually not bad. But yeah, I don't know. Frostclaw on its own, it's hard. You might be able to use the new staff with Frostclaw because you can convert. You can convert melee flat into spell. So with the new spear, you get like whatever 500 flat now that it's been nerfed. And then you just convert that into spell and then have some other useful stat like pen, and then you just get your cast speed elsewhere. It's kind of hard. But yeah, you could do something like that. You have no minus mana, so you're not casting fast. You'd be eating your mana. Then the other option you had with the new weapon is you could do. Where's the node? Was it Remaster? Yeah, it was. Convert Armor Shred into Frostbite. I think you can still get like 1800% shred on the weapon. So you have like 18 Frostbite, 1800% Frostbite just on the weapon. Plus probably some like pen or whatever. So you do like the full hit spec, be about like 300 Frostbite stacks per cast of Frostclaw. Quite a bit. So something like that. Then if you're also doing maybe Stork with Spark Nova, you have 40% more hits. And then you maybe you can't really do Spark Charge because no Enigma, but yeah, something like that. You'd get a lot of Frostbite. So it'd be pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to go through today. I need to make content for this. I need to do my patch note review video and also put together a guide on the Lightning Blast thing. So, yeah, I think I'll take off for today. We'll do a raid on someone, I guess, since we're here. Am I gonna try LB with double T7? No, I don't really care. I already know how good it is with single. It's going to be better with double. It's just too much effort to create items in offline. I can't be bothered. Anyway, who is online that we want to give a raid to? Let's see. Probably have some more patch note reviews going on. Mr. Pinching Love, Tarek, Blizzard, they're all online. Alright, who do we want to send y'all over to? Pinching Love has given me a lot of raids. I will return the favor. Alright, folks. Thanks y'all for dropping in. I'm gonna try and work on my content. Hopefully have a proper guide. And yeah, I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.